Stock tickers and quarterly reports aren't the only things buzzing anymore. These days, the boardroom's new hot topic is about Earth-friendly stuff, and it's making serious green, not just the environmental kind. We're talking ESG, environment, social, and governance factors. It's the hot topic shaking up businesses, changing how we value companies, and attracting investors faster than you can say sustainability revolution. We'll explore the importance of ESG criteria through impactful case studies. Discover how integrating ESG principles can significantly affect a company's valuation, revealing both opportunities and risks. First of all, what exactly is this ESG business? Imagine it as a three-pronged fork, digging into how a company does things. Let's start with the environmental side of things, asking crucial questions like, are companies champions of clean energy or stuck in the smokestacks of the past? Are they responsible neighbors to Mother Earth, recycling diligently and planting trees for good measure? Or are they leaving a trail of pollution and waste in their wake? Then, we'll shift gears to the social aspect, examining how companies treat their people. Do they foster diverse teams, offer fair pay, and create a positive work environment for everyone? Or do they operate under the shadows of sweatshop scandals and unfair labor practices? Finally, we'll shine a spotlight on governance, the ethical core of any company. Are their leaders transparent and trustworthy? Do they operate with integrity and hold themselves accountable? Or are they shrouded in secrecy, bending the rules and putting profits before people and the planet? There are two primary reasons why firms and investors are proactively considering ESG factors for strategic decisions. Firstly, to optimize profit, and secondly, for value-based and impact investing. Now let's explore how ESG factors significantly influence business valuation, employing the income approach and the discounted cash flow, DCF model. The first channel, cash flow channels, illustrates that a robust ESG profile enhances competitiveness, fostering higher profitability and increased dividends. This integration is visually represented in the following chart, showcasing adjustments to cash flows within valuation models. Moving on to the second channel, the unsystematic risk channel, where ESG practices mitigate firm-specific risks such as fraud or corruption, resulting in fewer incidents and diminished stock-specific downside risk. Finally, the valuation transmission channel underscores that higher ESG-rated companies exhibit reduced sensitivity to market risk, translating to a lower cost of capital and subsequently a higher valuation. Moreover, such companies often attract a broader investor base due to risk-averse preferences and increased transparency, as evidenced by Deloitte's study revealing a 10-point difference in ESG scores correlating with a 1.2 times higher business valuation. In conclusion, the incorporation of ESG factors into business valuation is not merely a passing trend, but a strategic shift towards sustainable and responsible investing. This not only serves to maximize profits for investors, but also contributes to fostering a positive impact on the world. In the world of investment, where profit reigns supreme, some industries demand more. Meet Apple, where environmental, social, and governance, ESG principles, redefine success. Tim Cook, Apple's visionary leader, champions a business ethos that serves the greater good. Transparency is key. Showcased in Apple's ESG report, Apple takes bold strides in environmental stewardship, reducing its carbon footprint and championing renewable energy and recycling. Diversity thrives at Apple, with initiatives promoting representation from all backgrounds, fostering an inclusive workplace culture. Ethics are non-negotiable. Apple prioritizes integrity, ensuring responsible practices and human rights across its operations. Apple's commitment to ESG principles paves the way for sustainable growth, enhancing corporate value and securing a brighter future for all stakeholders. Another case study that shows the controversy towards corporate ESG goal is Dieselgate scandal. This scandal came from one of the largest automaker Volkswagen Group. It all started back in 2014 when 3 engineering students from West Virginia University had suspected transgressions of nitrous oxide level from tested diesel vehicles during their research. After presenting the result to their conference, the official regulatory had gone for the further investigation. The unethical violation of emission by their diesel cars has been revealed in 2015, affecting over 600,000 vehicles in the US and millions more around the world. This violation has a significant financial consequence to the company, which required them to pay around $35 billion in fines, penalties, and buyback cost. Moreover, in 2 months after the scandal, their stock price had lost 46% of its value, which was about $42.5 billion US. They also faced numerous lawsuits from shareholders who claimed that the company's actions had significant damage to the value of their investments. In addition, the scandal also had reputational impacts for VW. The company, which had long prided itself on its environmental responsibility, was seen as having misled customers and regulators about the environmental impact of its vehicles, plus their creditworthiness assessments from capital market, as they perceived the high risk from their actions and negative financial impacts. The benefits of ESG integration. 1. Risk mitigation. ESG insights help identify non-obvious risks, such as those posed by climate change or poor labor practices, safeguarding businesses against long-term vulnerabilities. 2. Access to capital. Companies excelling in ESG practices attract a broader investor base, securing more funds for growth due to their commitment to sustainable and ethical operations. 3. Brand enhancement. A strong ESG record boosts a company's reputation, earning public trust and loyalty, which can translate into increased customer support and sales. Challenges in ESG incorporation. 1. Data quality and availability. The scarcity of reliable and standardized ESG data complicates the accurate assessment of a company's sustainability performance. 2. Inconsistent scoring systems. Diverse methodologies in ESG evaluation result in varying scores, making comparisons and benchmarks challenging. This could be seen from Tesla's and Philip Morris's ESG score. S&P Global has reported Tesla, an electric car company, with a score of 40 out of 100, while Philip Morris International, a cigarette company, scored 85 out of 100. 3. Cost implications. The financial burden of obtaining and utilizing ESG scores can be significant, impacting both companies and investors. Future trends in ESG investing. 1. Mandatory disclosures. Increasing regulatory demands, such as the Corporate Sustainability Reporting Directive, CSRD, in Europe, will compel companies to be more transparent about their ESG impacts, influencing investor perceptions and valuations. 2. Supply chain scrutiny. Enhanced focus on supply chain emissions and the adoption of digital tools for tracking and improvement will favor companies that excel in minimizing their environmental footprint. 3. Net zero commitments. The push towards net zero emissions and the scrutiny of companies' short-term plans to achieve these goals will affect valuations based on their decarbonization efforts. In essence, integrating ESG factors into business valuation is essential for sustainable investing. Strong ESG profiles provide competitive advantages and attract investors, leading to increased valuations and growth,